Giles Randall, the acting managing director for Al Jazeera English, joins me here on the set. Your reaction first, Giles?
Shocked, sickened, appalled at today's verdict. They were arrested on false charges. They've been convicted without a shred of evidence. They were imprisoned over a year, and now they're going back to prison. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. We are shocked.
So what next for the three men?
We led a very successful, at least in terms of publicising their case, campaign, Free Al Jazeera staff, and we will escalate that campaign. The campaign drew a lot of support from world leaders, presidents, politicians, diplomats, international media organisations, human rights groups, and generally people around the world. We will seek to escalate that campaign. If I can use the words of a famous American journalist, Edward Murrow, who spoke many years ago, but the words apply today, accusation is not proof, and conviction depends on evidence and due process of law. We will not walk in fear, and we will not be driven by fear into an age of unreason.
There have been questions as to whether Al Jazeera could have done more to get them released. Could Al Jazeera have done more to release their three journalists?
The safety and well-being of our staff is of paramount importance. We launched this international campaign to have them freed. We have paid their legal costs, we have paid medical costs, we've paid bail, we continue to pay their salaries. We are doing our utmost to support them and get their release.
What does Al Jazeera make of the state of journalism in Egypt at the moment in terms of those new press freedom laws? What's your take on that, Giles? What does it mean for the country?
It's what we're seeing here is a sort of totalitarian regime passing these draconian laws. I mean, you mentioned the recent media law where journalists can be fined if they don't toe the government line. So what we're seeing is it goes back to what we believe is at the heart of this case. It's about media freedom, and we want to shout about the right to report freely and fairly without harassment, without being intimidated, without being arrested, without being imprisoned, without being attacked. And that's the essence of what this is all about. And unfortunately in Egypt it seems that press freedom, media freedom is really under threat and under attack.
I mean,
and sorry, one thing I would add is that we were following the Egyptian court case, obviously live on as it was happening. The judge seemed to say that the journalists, one of the reasons they were there was because they weren't members of the Egyptian journalists syndicate. Well, obviously foreign journalists, the syndicate is for Egyptian journalists.